Washington and NATO are waging a proxy war against Russia with the help of Ukraine. The plan cannot be the removal of Russian President Vladimir Putin. No sanctions, they are absurd and we will not achieve anything with them. They simply go from war to war. What is their plan? And what should I be? A slave for America?
European officials have been running around here cheering about the relatively warm weather and acting like it's an ally, an actor deliberately siding with the EU against Russian President Vladimir Putin and Russia. But you know what? Warm weather isn't doing absolutely nothing to bring the cost of living down for the average person. So there's a disconnect between this optimistic attitude shown by European government officials and the costly reality that the average citizen is still facing here. And Hungarian Prime Minister Viktor Orbán has just pointed out that it's looking increasingly like Europe and not Russia is set to bear the brunt of Western anti-Russian policies.
The victims of the wrong sanction policy and war are the Europeans. In the war, America definitely wins. Europe definitely loses. At the moment, it is debatable whether Russia wins or loses, but they do not lose that much. In general, in economic terms, it's safe to say that Europe is the sole, or rather, the biggest loser in all this ongoing conflict.
There's also a new survey out from China's Global Times of 13 European countries plus Turkey that just found out that 29% of respondents are satisfied with relations between the EU and US. That's not too many. And almost half, 49% of Europeans believe that the US response to the Russia-Ukraine conflict will negatively impact the European economy. French protesters were back out on the streets again over the weekend as well, a weekly occurrence now in what's shaping up to be a revival of the Yellow Vest protests. Those now seem like the good old days compared to the cost of living challenges that are piling up now, and people are quite aware of that.
The average citizen and the ordinary citizen today realize the relevance of the demands of the Yellow Vests. Today we work. We have a salary, but despite the salary we can't meet our needs because we are in fact more inundated with bills and we have almost nothing or zero money left to live on. We are in perpetual survival.
We cannot accept that in 2023 there will be people who are looking for food in garbage cans, people who have housing problems. I think we are entitled to demand better, to achieve, to hope best of the history of humanity, of the evolution of humanity. So that's why we are here, in fact because the problems are not solved.
I am completely opposed to the politics that have been conducted for several years and are accentuated as much about geopolitics at an international level as at the level of what is done at the local level, that is to say, at all levels.
So, what's the plan now for Europe? Well, France wants a made-in-Europe strategy for the bloc to offset shooting itself in the foot on energy supply and also to offset the fact that Washington is refusing to budge, big shock, on new anti-inflation measures that favor made-in-America products to the detriment of made-in-Europe items. Not sure how long that's going to take to come together, particularly when German Chancellor Olaf Scholz rolled out the red carpet for the U.S. military to train more Ukrainian troops inside Germany over the weekend. So it doesn't really look like he's ready to play hardball with the U.S. anytime soon, which is kind of bad news for Europeans who are dodging one hit after another while their leaders watch the game and seem unable to agree on any kind of a plan.